What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as we come in, as you tune into the content. Before we even get started, man, how was y'all week? How was everybody week?
Busy.
Yeah, same here.
I guess it was busy, Jim. You out there doing research, analysts, and everything. Jim's had a great week.
yeah.
It's priority, man. When it comes to March Madness, you got to get your bracket right.
That's right. I hear you. Hey, Mike, I wonder sometimes what the audience think when you come on and say this is the Urban Platform, and then Jim sitting up in there.
From out here in nowhere, Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas, yes.
They might think, like they doing a lot of gentrifying.
Ain't no question.
All over the country, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Jim, one of us, y'all. Jim, one of us.
I grew up in the inner city up in Minnesota.
That's right.
Man.
I'm an urban kid.
Yes, sir.
And
how your week?
We 4 subscribers away from 10,000.
Just 4?
Yeah, just 4.
Congratulations, Mike. Getting there.
Hopefully by the time we finish this podcast, we had 10,000.
I definitely believe you'll have 10,000 when the weekend's over.
Oh yeah. No
doubt.
Yeah.
So do anything happen specific with your channel once you get to 10?
No, not unless they got a surprise lined up for me. It's just like just like a personal milestone, though.
Right. Have you researched that though? Because subscribers translate into impressions. Yeah. So sometimes if you got at least that many subscribers, I don't know, it might be like some type of you might can partner with something, a brand or something, just for them to have it on your channel.
It's just so much that go along with this YouTube stuff, and I'm not like a social media type person. I'm learning as I go along.
Right.
I'm still trying to get monetized.
Right.
They got I don't know if I did the paperwork wrong or the application wrong, but yeah, I'm still trying to work on that monetization part of it too. So yeah, it's all a learning process for me, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I do remember. I just know that it's TV shows that can't even offer advertisers 10,000 impressions. So might be something. Yeah. There you go.
Mikey, what's good? Oh,
that's Mike. What's going on?
Hey,
hear me?
Say something again.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, you sounding better. Yeah. Hey, Mikey, have you ever met Jim?
Not officially. I watch Jim weekly though.
Yeah.
Hi,
Jim. Yeah. Jim, this is my daughter. Yeah, man. So
that's good stuff. This your time of year, ain't it, Mikey?
My favorite time of year. I'm in heaven right now.
Look, I asked Mikey to come on because we was talking about the women's bracket earlier, right?
Yeah.
And she had touched on some good points. And I asked her, I said, can I use your what you said, the talking points? I don't want you to think, I'm stealing your
bring them.
I'm plagiarizing your material, right? But instead of me plagiarizing, I said, you know what, you may as well come on because you made some good points this morning. We was talking about the women's bracket and stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's what's up.
And Mikey's number 1 on our women's pool.
Yeah,
I am number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you, Mikey?
Yeah, that's me.
I thought that was Mike.
Nah, that's me.
I'm number 2 on the men's bracket, but I'm
on the women's. You ain't even on the women's, Mike.
Oh, okay. You know what? Because I got 2 separate brackets. That's why.
I'm only behind you by 1 though, Mike.
Yeah. You off me for just a little bit. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm on them wheels. I think I lost because of something dumb. Who I picked? Somebody dumb. It was I can't remember.
Yeah,
But
Vanderbilt messed me up. That was the only team so far that has messed my bracket up. Just Vanderbilt. I had a little more faith in them.
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
Who
I
messed
mean,
my bracket up?
that wasn't a bad choice though, Vanderbilt.
Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
why. I took Richmond. I think I took Georgia Tech, Richmond.
Okay. Okay.
That fell through.
No,
And I think,
Vanderbilt was in my opinion, was a decent choice. They were doing okay this season. They had the freshman Michaela. I think her name is Michaela Blakes, if I'm not
For
mistaken. But
Vanderbilt.
man, she had a
mhm.
couple of games where she dropped 50 plus. So
Mm,
she was a
Woo,
problem,
mm.
yeah, as a freshman.
Yeah,
woo,
A couple of
mm,
games. Yeah. So I
yeah,
had some faith in them. I thought she was going, you know, do something,
yeah,
at least get them to the Sweet 16. But yeah, it's
mhm.
all good. It's all good.
And for the life of me, I don't know why I took Nebraska over Louisville. I have no idea.
Oh,
I
Louisville
just,
Knights.
yeah, I was just like I said, I
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
randomly.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, man, I think Florida State. I think they're gonna not go far, but make a little bit of noise because they got the leading scorer in the country.
Yeah.
That girl, Tanaya, what's her name? Latson.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but yeah,
Yeah,
she's decent. But
yeah.
it's the supporting cast though. Like you said,
I know.
they're gonna go a little bit, but they're not
Yeah,
gonna do too much. You know,
No,
she don't have too much around her.
yeah,
yeah,
I got LSU knocking them out, but
Oh yeah,
they rose up and beat somebody good recently. I can't
yeah,
think of who it was,
they
but
did.
so
I
yeah,
remember. I
yeah,
remember them like towards the end of the regular season. They did. They
yeah,
beat somebody. I do remember
yeah.
that. I don't recall who it was though. I know exactly what
Mm,
you're talking about.
I'm
yeah.
sorry. Yeah, yeah. I ain't seen Mike in a minute, Mike. So that's all. I'm just saying. I'm
Yeah, it's
hogging her.
been a
I'm
while.
hogging her time up. My bad.
Yeah, yeah, that's what's up.
Oh man.
So look,
Yeah.
before we get into the men's and the women's bracket, though, I wanna discuss just I want y'all input, y'all comments on the situation that's going on with the with over there in California. The dude Big U was arrested. And the only reason why I'm touching on it is because of the allegations. Like some people are saying that he's extorting or he extorted some NBA players, right? And so I want to play some audio from what's the guy named Jason Whitlock, and then I want y'all input on what y'all think about the situation that's going on with Big U and the people and the players that get mentioned.
Mhm.
Wait a minute, hold up. All right. Always something. Man, my internet been acting up for all week, as a matter of fact.
Mm.
And then as soon as I try to go live, then it wants to be what is it called? Buffering. Yeah, but
U case is worth following. If you want to understand high profile celebrities, particularly the black ones, you want to understand these black athletes, if you want to understand Diddy, because when you go down that music industry rap lane, that all runs through a Big U. He ain't at the top of the food chain, but he's damn near, the music industry execs, the Liar Cohens and Jimmy Iovine's, they're at the top of the music industry.
Leor.
And they
yeah,
work with the Big U's, the Suge Knights, the Harry O's, to make sure that everything black is defined as criminal in prison culture. And these athletes that want to dibble and dabble in these strip clubs where the women that a Big U controls, you're putting yourself in harm's way. You're going to get crossways with one of them, and they're going to accuse you of something, and you're going to have to turn to Big U to clean it up, or Harry O to clean it up, and now they got you for life. Now you're 7'2", 320 pounds, worth $1 billion. And there's allegations in here, and I like Shaquille O'Neal. I really do. I'm not trying to get crossways with Shaq, but I'm just going to keep it real. There's allegations. Shaq had to move out of LA to Atlanta because he got tired of Big U and his group. This is the allegations, but it does get that deep that someone 7'2", worth nearly $1 billion, has to pick up and move away because he got no discipline, no control over himself. Doesn't know how to keep a respectful distance. Because Shaq, and I liked a lot of Shaq's rap or found it harmless, but Shaq wanted to be a rapper. And so he put himself in with those people in a way that probably opened him up to some compromise. Look at this Jello Ball character, LeVar's son. This dude done tatted himself up like he's some gang member, and he's doing rap songs, dropping the N-word every other syllable, and talking about, he'll drop a guy, pretending like he's some criminal. This is Black culture, as defined by them. And no one wants to object to it. These athletes know it's crazy and it's insanity, and they know the price they're paying for it. They don't have the balls, they're not man enough to object to it, to tell other people, hey, don't go this route. Instead, they tell everybody, hey, come this route. It's the funnest thing on the planet. I wanted to play for y'all today, but can't do it. But it's like Jello Ball's latest or video.
So you kind of get the point, right? When the point that he's making about these young athletes just trying to like endear themselves or trying to hang around these people in these different environments, right? And then they set themselves up to be extorted, used, and so we always talk about like how these guys meet these Instagram models, and the Instagram models wind up getting pregnant and having and then having kids and getting them with the child support. But this is just like just like on another level, right? Or just a different way of extorting these ball players. And they set themselves up. I don't know why these guys feel like once they have made it, like why it's necessary for them to turn back and go and hang in these areas sometimes where a lot of them came from, and set themselves up for failure. So like, what do y'all have to say about what Jason Whitlock just said about the situation with these kids? Who wanna be the
So I guess I'll start it off. I think today it's a thin line between hip hop and athletics, or let's say basketball. Because I feel like they are glorifying each other's lifestyles. So one is trying to be like the other, and the other is trying to be like the one, So it's like, that's why you have people like Jello Ball, who comes from probably a nice gated community all his life, but basketball didn't work out for him. So the next option 2, the next close thing that'll give you the same clout, the same women, same money, is probably music. I just think it's a clout chasing thing. Like everybody wants to be that guy, or that everybody wants to be tough, or or be the popular one. I think that's all. They faking. A lot of people are faking.
Yeah,
it's a trend right now. It's trendy.
Yeah.
Just to dissect what Jason said a little bit, though. I think that as far as them keeping their distance, I think that depending on your profession, like sometimes you are instructed to do industry parties for networking purposes and stuff like that. And I think the criminal element has found its way to hang around those environments in that situation, So, I don't know if it's as much as those guys going back to those neighborhoods. I just think like let's take Suge, for example. Suge, he muscled his way into the music industry in a sense. And now you got that element there. And also let's go with the rappers and the athletes. Sometimes these guys get sponsored at an early age, and the ones who sponsoring them is the criminal element. You know,
right.
They buying them things, they get, so sometimes that's your gateway to get to the next level. So, as a society, we have to create a paradigm where that's not necessary for these kids. I don't know how you go about doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's as much as I'm getting rich now and I'm going to hang with the gangsters. Sometimes these guys propel you into that next level. It's a network, man, that spans across the country, an underground network. And from city to city, they're affiliated to some degree. And then for you to get your gateway or your stamp, or you get access, sometimes you got to go that route because they're the ones making it happen in your city. First you got to get notoriety in your city first. So you play on the best basketball teams, they being sponsored by the criminal element. You're dealing with this person, that person, and these people have relationships, and so just from that standpoint, I'm not sure if those guys are running to that element, you know what I mean? But if any of this is true, I just hope the kids understand the price of fame. Like, everybody's running for fame, but you got to understand that the nature of life is predators prey. They always prey. Yeah. The wolves always are coming. Everybody's trying to eat, and wherever money is, and whatever, you know what I mean, that element's going to find its way to the money.
Yeah.
Right.
Somehow, some way,
That was the way I started to view those comments, because I know Jason was definitely framing it from the culture perspective.
Yeah.
And as someone who's not a part of the culture, I could still see those same elements that you're just talking about, right? It's not unique to the culture.
No.
But I mean, we can use the examples of Suge Knight. But there's if you just watching the movies, right? Wall Street was absolutely based on real
life,
right? So you hit the nail on the head, in my opinion, Clayton. Especially if you've grown up in areas where that are not that affluent, like, and we were just talking about it not too long ago. Yeah, I live in suburban Kansas right now, but I grew up in the inner city, and so you learn early on that there can be some bad dudes, right? You get your head on a swivel, and you look out, and those dudes grow up to be bad guys in all sorts of situations. So, the wolves are out there.
Yeah. I agree with you, Clayton. I thought you made a good point, because we know of people that have come out of Baltimore, and then we know, that some of the people that surrounded them, people who help support them on their way through college and into the NBA level, right? And so and not all of those guys are to the level of like a Big U, as far as like, some of the allegations, right? But still, you do get support from the people, your buddies in the community. And then once you get there, you are expected to like return the favor, or you know what I mean, or bring certain people along with you. That's the expectation.
The expectation.
And,
there's an expectation of the return on investment.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it's a business thing. It's a business, like, and nothing's, ain't no such thing as a free ride or a free lunch. Yeah, they definitely want to return on their investment. I remember hearing about what's his Earl Monroe. He was from Philadelphia, and somebody was trying to recruit him, and the gangsters in Philadelphia was like, well, Earl don't go nowhere without Al, you know what I mean? Without Al permission. And this was back, like, what is it, 60s and the 70s? Earl. Yeah, so this from day one, like, so I mean, I don't know how you can kind of join in I mean, you can kind of try to stop it at certain ways, but I don't know how, like you can really just manage that situation out completely.
It's tough. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember Bob Wade got involved with the kids from Baltimore. So Jim, I don't know if you got a chance to watch that 30 for 30, the Baltimore Boys, the Dunbar Poet team.
No.
On ESPN. It's a great special. And I don't know if you saw it, Mike. You seen it, Mikey? Mike.
No, I didn't see it. I don't know why my
but yeah, but these kids, man, you had drug dealers and everybody around those kids trying to sponsor them. But Bob Wade, he stepped in, he confronted a few of them street dudes, man, and he was really ready to put himself on the line for his kids, So that stuff, it goes on all the time. But I will say another thing in terms of if it's true that Shaq was getting extorted or whatever the case may be. Sometimes some guys want to be down sometimes, and they want to give you money to help try to uplift a situation, like especially if you appear to be trying to resurrect these young kids. So if I can give you some money to help you with what you're trying to do, and I believe that you're really trying to transform these kids, sometimes it could be some of that, because I know it's a guy here in Baltimore, Eric Brown, he come out and they got this peace team and they're doing a lot of work in the streets and stuff like that. So, people like that, you feel like they can reach the youth. You know what I mean? So you want to try to support their efforts a little bit. But with some cases, and Jason made mention of this, he said when Jim Brown had him spend the day with Big U, they went to certain places. He said, we okay because Big U know we here. So sometimes you pay for protection. That's that mafia stuff. That it's like if you got a corner store, sometimes you just got to pay just to keep the drama away and to keep everything, a certain thing. So, yeah, I mean, some of it is that I wouldn't necessarily frame it as these guys wanting to be that. Now, when he mentioned Steven Jackson, that's a whole nother story. I whether it's true or false, he definitely was, posing on TV and on YouTube, I'm checking in and all that, but sometimes, man, they make it hard for you. It's like they keep putting pressure on you until you pay for protection, And I wouldn't even be surprised if the threats are coming from the person that's actually the one you're gonna pay for protection. You know what I'm saying? So it's a racket, man.
Yeah, definitely a racket.
It's a racket. No doubt. That's crazy.
I just thought it was interesting, but I know that like some people. Like one guy who you speak on the Steven what's his name, Steven Jackson situation. He said, he don't feel like it's necessary. He don't check in. He just, if you're gonna go to a city and visit, just go take care of your business. And, mind your own business, and all that checking in and encouraging young people that that is cool to check in and stuff like that. He said he definitely don't agree with that, and so. But again, like we don't know if Steven Jackson made that statement, if he was coerced to make that statement, what I mean? Or if he was, if he was making that of his own, free will. So you don't know what the situation is. But it's crazy, at every level though.
Yes.
It's like some type of extortion. So even and Jason Whitlock also mentioned like what's it, Leah Cohn, the guy from the record label.
Yeah.
So at every level, it's like it's a price to pay. There are gatekeepers at every level. So
yeah. But I will agree with this one thing though. It's like and I wouldn't necessarily say it starts with the big U's of the world or the Shugs or anything, but it does seem like because we talked about this before, Mike, those two institutions that pretty much control everything, BlackRock and Vanguard, and they got prison systems. So it does seem like, things that's considered Black culture are always things that can lead these kids into the prison system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't say it starts with Big U and them. But I think they become players because they can relate to the community and they can get inside of the community to help perpetuate this cycle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do agree with him like that. It does seem like that. Like everything that's, like we a monolith. Like black culture is just this, and that's some nonsense. That's bullshit.
Yeah. So it does it. Do you think it's? And I don't think so. Do you think it's could be like the pursuit of fame and wealth also that sets you up for like to fall into these pitfalls?
Absolutely. Yeah.
We get seduced by the American dream, man. We get seduced by it. You don't have nothing. You see this stuff. You got people that look like you, poster children, they making it. You get inspired. You want to do the same thing. Yeah, you easily seduced by that. Yeah. This is why, like, to me, knowledge of self is so important. If you can really discover what the true treasure is, then you won't be easily seduced by the falsehoods of what's glittery and shiny. Like the guy Ball, he come from a great home and 2 parents, and you know what I'm saying? And that's a beautiful life you got, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so now I want to be a thug, want to be a so you know how it is, man.
So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit before we went into these brackets. So where y'all want to start? The women's bracket? Y'all want to start with the women's bracket?
You have to, Mikey on this. You got to, Mikey on the show. You got to keep her engaged before she check out, Mike.
No, I'm with y'all.
That women's bracket, and we had spoke earlier about what we thought, like what will be happening, like with USC, UCLA in the women's bracket. Who else we was talking about this morning? We spoke about I watched South Carolina play, right? And one thing, South Carolina, they look good and they balanced and they got a lot of talent, right? But I think at a certain point, South Carolina can be caught. And the reason I think that, now they have been the best team in a tournament before and didn't make it all the way. And I think this could be like another one of those seasons for South Carolina, just because I don't see them having like they don't have like a number one ball player, and so that situation kind of makes it probably is a different. You got to coach differently when you don't have a number one. You got a bunch of ball players on your team that are very good, but they kind of wait for the game to come to them. And sometimes if you don't have a number one or somebody who can press when you need that basket or you need that momentum change, then sometimes you can find yourself falling behind. And so that's what I see with South Carolina. May not be able to make it all the way because of the way their team is constructed.
Did you guys hear Don Staley talking about being disrespected because South Carolina was not the number one overall? I was like, wow, she's really got a chip on her shoulder.
I think that statement from Don Staley was probably to set up the us versus them mentality. You know what I mean? Like to get her girls rallied and fired up and pumped up, because now to a certain extent, even throughout the season, I was saying that they was, if their team, South Carolina team lost, they dropped in the rankings further than like some other teams would drop. Yeah. So I thought that maybe, that they didn't get enough respect from that standpoint. But I think she was just trying to set them up for us versus them type of situation, so they could so they could move on.
Yeah, I think she just keeping it competitive, just keeping it some type of rivalry going, just to get the other people, get others going, and also to get her girls going as well. I think the thing that South Carolina is missing right now is like a leader, like a senior or upperclassman or somebody who just like take over when they need it. Not every game, just when you need it. I know this person gonna put the team on their back. I don't think they have that right now. They are looking for, everybody on the floor is looking forward to their 6th and 7th man coming on the floor.
Yeah,
like the starters, I feel like their role is just to get the game going. It's hit or miss with some of them, But I think everybody is just waiting for Wiley and Joyce Edwards to touch the floor. And they are young, being a freshman and a sophomore. And I feel like when it comes down to it this year, putting that pressure on them, on your people coming off the bench, your two off the bench, it's going, it's going to wear them down. So I think it's only going to take them but so far. It's only going to take them but so far.
And I should have talked to Mikey before I made my picks, because I got South Carolina winning the whole thing.
You did? Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm in last place in our pool, and Mikey's in first place.
I mean, but they still they still got good odds in winning it, the repeat.
I like their depth. That's why I picked them. I like their depth.
They definitely gonna go for 10 All-American players. She makes professional athletes yearly. So they are tough competitors. They going far. I'm not saying they get knocked off next game, and I'm not saying whoever knock them off is going to be a cakewalk if they do. But they are competitors. They are a tough squad. I love to see them together, and they play as a team, as a unit. They feed off of her energy. They know she not playing, so they get they look good on the court. Like, they make her look good as a coach. Like, sometimes you can look at teams and be like, man, what are the coaches doing over there? But I feel like every year her squad on the floor performs how she coaches.
Yeah. So
my thing is, I'm disappointed because old girl rolled her ankle. Olivia Miles.
But you know what? We were talking about that game earlier.
Yeah.
Notre Dame blew them out. Olivia Miles hurt her ankle in like the third or fourth quarter, I think it was. But even before that, she only had 2 points.
Okay.
And they were free throws.
Yeah, but I mean, they was playing a dead seed, a seed that's
my point. That's my point. When you can beat a team by 50 without one of your star players, with one of your star players only having 2 free throws, and you got a problem on your hands with Notre Dame. I think they're the ones. In my opinion, I think they're the ones.
And I also like the fact that they hit their rough spot. Like, to me, they wasn't playing well going into the tournament, but they played well in the beginning of the season. They're going to turn it around. They're too talented not to. You know what I'm saying? So I like for them to make some noise in this tournament. I really do.
Notre Dame is deep, man. I think because we can Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo that we forget about Citron. And she is like a silent assassin. She, like last night, she might have been the leading scorer on the team. I think she had like 24 or something. Like, when she gets hot, she gets hot. So that's they go deep. I like Notre Dame for it this year.
Yeah. I got them in the championship.
Yeah.
I think I had them in the championship.
But I ain't got them winning it. But I got them.
You got USC. You going with Juju? I know it.
No, I went with UCLA.
Oh, what?
Yep.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Why UCLA?
Because I watched them play USC twice, right? And 3 times. USC beat them twice, right? But that last time, they figured something out. They figured something out. Also, whenever you got a dominant big like that, you can go inside and out and play D. In tournament play, your stars matter, but when you got a big and then you surround that big with people that can shoot, you can go inside and out and play defense. That's hard to beat. That's really hard to beat.
That's how South Carolina got it last year with Cardoso.
Exactly. They had a big. Cardoso was the big. They play outstanding D. They were deep, ran players at you. And also the bracket, UCLA. Now, UCLA, I think the bracket they got is favorable for them. But then down the stretch, they had to probably play like a UConn or somebody to get to the championship. But I just like you, and I think UConn and knock USC off. You know what I mean? And I just like UCLA to win it all.
Okay.
Yeah. So the teams in that bracket, right? So UCLA won yesterday, right? They won 84 to 46. But you mentioned the teams in that bracket. Georgia Tech was in there, but Georgia Tech lost to Richmond. Right. Yeah. Then you got Ole Miss
and Baylor.
Yeah, Baylor.
So whoever went out of that, right.
Right,
well,
yeah.
and
You got
there's
Georgia Tech.
Right.
LSU and NC State.
Right. And I got you at UCLA facing LSU, you know, in the Elite Eight to get to the Final Four.
But look, NC State ain't no cakewalk either, though.
I didn't say they were a cakewalk.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying,
I know they
yeah,
nice. Yeah,
NC
they
State
nice.
was, they tough. NC State, they number 2. You know what I mean? They have a number 2 seed. So NC State is tough. But that bracket, though, besides, LSU is in that bracket too, though.
Yeah. NC State, I think, gonna meet LSU, and everybody forgetting about LSU.
Yeah, I do have NC State meeting LSU, but I got LSU pulling that one out, and I got it being UCLA and LSU, but I do have UCLA pulling that one out.
Yes.
However, I got USC knocking UCLA out. I'm sorry.
Nah.
I'm sorry.
They didn't figure it out the last matchup. They figured it out. They know how to do it.
My thing with that is, I was talking earlier, another conversation we had about UCLA. UCLA schedule, their schedule early on was basic. So, but it kind of gave you the illusion, because they were undefeated for so long, that they were just, this top team. But their schedule was it was okay. And once they started to face competition, you started to really see UCLA get exposed. Like that first time they played USC, in my opinion, USC had the answer to shut Betts down. Like once Betts was shut down, once she was out of it, the game was over. And every time she touched the ball, it was at least 2 or 3 people on her. And they did that the first 2 times they played them. Now UCLA did pull it off when it count in that championship, and they beat them. But I feel like if they go back for it, USC gonna go back to what they know, and UCLA gonna be shell shocked again. Like once they see competition, it get a little interesting for UCLA. And this is the time. This is the time. Everybody is putting everything they got on that court right now. Nobody is, just folding like, UCLA has bets or whatever the case may be. But
I just think it's a blueprint out there against USC. As great as they are, because Iowa pulled it off and UCLA pulled it off, and I think Notre Dame got them too, right?
Yes. No. I don't think Notre Dame beat. Did they play them this year?
I think Notre Dame got them, didn't they?
You could be right. I could be wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame got them, but yeah, I just think it's a blueprint. I mean, as great as Juju is and Kiki, it's a blueprint out there. A lot of times, man, they just packing it in. They just crowding Juju, making her get rid of the ball, and that seems to be effective. If you're able to do it. If you're able to do it, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
I think Juju gonna get tired. I think
it's a lot on her. Yeah,
it's a lot on her. Now they do have Ariafen, who is a tough post player as well.
Yeah.
But with coming down the stretch, the way they've been carrying this team the whole season, I think they're gonna start to get burnt out. And the more they need them, it's gonna be like, it's definitely gonna start to get tough for them. It's just gonna start to run thin.
Yeah.
So that is why, like when we spoke earlier about UCLA and Notre Dame, who do you think, like, all right, who has the best supporting cast? Because I think that's gonna play a big part in it too. Like the supporting cast for USC or the supporting cast for Notre Dame. Which one of those teams do y'all think had the strongest supporting cast?
Y'all want me to take this one?
Yeah. We're listening.
In my opinion, I think Notre Dame has the better supporting cast.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, we know what we're gonna get out of Hidalgo. We know we're gonna get out of Miles. We know those two together are gonna kill. We also gotta take into consideration Citron, King, which is one of their post players. She's dominant down there. I think they have more of a supporting cast. I think their talent is spread out more. Whereas Juju is, when you think of USC, you think of the Juju, and then you be like, oh yeah, Ariafen. You get what I'm saying? That's whereas with Notre Dame, you got it spread out. You got a few different people who might give you over 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's the way I felt anyway. Like as far as like with Juju, I was wondering like is Juju going to be like later on in this tournament? Is she going to be like either burned out or they going to reach? She going to run into somebody that can that can slow her down at least enough to be able to beat them. But with Notre Dame, they got they got a two-headed monster over there in Notre Dame with Miles and a doggo. Yeah.
I think Juju always play at her own pace though, but I think
She did.
that is what's going to affect her.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, I say the same thing about South Carolina because those girls at South Carolina, they let the game come to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas and Juju play the same way. Because she's so talented and she don't have to really force it. She can score and get her basket at any time, get a basket at any time. So she kind of let the game come to her too. But and in these tournaments, sometimes if you do that, by the time you get out the gate, it could be, you know what I mean? It could be too late.
Right.
You got to go get it. You got to go get it.
Yep, you gotta go get it. Tournament time. It's a different monster.
It's a different world. Yes. It's any given night, because look at the men's side. It's so many upsets on the men's side. I mean, not upsets, but my bracket is trash on the men's side.
Yours, mine too.
Trash.
I'm in first place on the men's side.
I bet. I should have talked. We should have had a conversation before we
traded notes, man.
Yeah.
Did a March Madness preview, and let Jack Scoop and let and let Jim put all the stats out and the analytics for us because he was up there doing research.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look on the men's side, right?
Yeah.
Who got upset? You know what? I think of North Carolina. When North Carolina lost, I thought North Carolina was going to do a little bit better than what they did, man, going out in that first round. But
see, that's the thing, man. That wasn't an upset because they were saying UNC didn't even belong in the tournament.
Yeah, they were saying that.
Yeah, they was the
11th seed.
Yeah.
But
so
I had faith in UNC, man. I watched some of their games towards the end of the regular season. I was like, you know what? They kind of got a chip on their shoulder right now. They shouldn't have lost that game.
That's what I thought.
They're gonna come out the tournament and try to get back to Duke to prove a point. They didn't quite make it. They threw me off. I thought they was gonna take Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Auburn played today though, right?
Auburn they're gonna have a battle in their hands.
That's what I said. I was ready to say, what do y'all think about that? Y'all think they're gonna go far? It's just gonna be a
because Auburn playing Creighton, right?
Creighton tough though.
Yeah.
I think Auburn will get past Creighton though. I'm pretty sure they'll get past Creighton. What you think, Jim?
Yeah, I think Auburn's gonna be okay there. I mean, if you look at the 116 games, they won by 20, but some of the other teams were just the other number ones were just killing it.
So Auburn will play. I think they'll beat Creighton, and then after that, I don't really see nobody in that bracket as far as like what Auburn will have to face.
Well, don't sleep on Michigan.
I was thinking the same thing. I got Michigan taking.
I was looking at Michigan, but I wasn't really impressed by Michigan though. I wasn't really impressed by Michigan.
We'll see what happens next week because I got Michigan slipping by Auburn.
What?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I got the same thing, Jim. I do.
I got Auburn getting Michigan, but that's tough. But after watching Creighton, I'm telling you, I'm not so sure about Auburn today. After watching them, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I feel like Auburn is going to be one of them upset teams that's going to happen early.
I'm not so sure.
Okay. I'm sorry.
They're my Final Four, but I'm not so sure, man.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Yeah, Creighton really impressed me. I know they was playing. I know they wasn't playing. They was playing Louisville.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. They got everything you need.
Yeah.
Excellent defense.
And the funny thing about Creighton is just about every year they come out and play strong in the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
Like quietly.
like quiet, like you never see them coming.
Yeah, one of those mid majors that just always seems to be at the top of their game at tournament time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. So,
did anybody catch that Memphis Colorado game?
Yeah,
I lost that too. Didn't Memphis lose?
Yeah, Memphis lost.
Yeah, I lost that too.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
lost
what
that.
happened. I lost that one. I wanted to know if y'all caught that. If anybody could catch me up and let me know how did I lose that?
not me. I got that one right.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I took like I said, I took a few flyers on and I hadn't seen either of those teams play, but I liked the scoring of Colorado State. It just kind of spoke to me.
Yeah.
That's Penny Hardaway team.
Yeah,
right,
Memphis
right.
is right. Memphis is right.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
Maryland has to play Colorado State.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Hey, Clemson, they was losing so bad they almost came back. They lost by 2, but I'm like, how'd Jim see this? McNeese.
Yeah,
Come on, man. I didn't even know that was a college, man.
Me either, man.
That's down there in what is that? Down there in Louisiana? But that's another mid-major team that just seems to always show up every now and then in the tournament that nobody knows anything about, but they end up winning their conference and get in there. But no, I liked their defense.
But I'm glad Colorado got past Memphis though, but that helped my Maryland Sweet 16 pick. So
oh yeah.
Maryland play them next. Yeah. That helped my Maryland Sweet 16. You guys had Maryland in the Sweet 16?
Yeah, I had Maryland advancing too.
Dang. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I can't win in this shit. It's over for me.
Yeah, listen. Oh no, it's over for my bracket. My men's bracket is trash.
What do y'all think about Florida? Like as at the number 1 seed, what do y'all think about Florida? They beat they blew them out in the first round. They blew their
they beat Norfolk State 95-69.
Yeah.
So this was my logic. I knew everyone was going to be kind of high on Duke and Houston, so I kind of went with Florida winning it all, just to be different than everyone else's bracket.
Okay.
I can see that though. I can see Florida. You know what I mean? I have Houston in there. I'm not sure. I don't think I had Florida in there.
I have it down to Houston and Florida, but I do have Houston taking it all.
Yeah.
I got Florida in my Final Four.
Yeah.
But I got Auburn beating them. And Auburn in the championship game. I don't feel strong about that at all. I think Auburn going down tonight. Auburn going down.
When did you submit your bracket and when did your opinion
That morning, Mikey. I just got up and did some stuff. I didn't give it no thought. Yeah.
Nah, I feel you.
But but Auburn the number 1 seed. I mean, hey, you know.
I watched Auburn play maybe twice, and I think the second time I watched them play was at the end of the season. They just didn't impress me. They were just like a mediocre team. Like they were okay. I just don't see them going too far.
Yeah,
I don't see them going too far. I don't see them winning it. I'll say that.
I know everybody big on Houston too, but
I just like Houston because Houston is athletic and Houston play defense. They play tough defense and they athletic. So I do like Houston for that, for those reasons. Now, what do y'all think about? What are the prospects, in your opinion, for Duke?
They my national champion. So
okay.
I got Duke down to the Final Four. I think.
I do have them in the Final Four.
But I got Houston beating them in the Final Four.
I
going to the championship.
Me too.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I just think it's about Cooper Flag. I just think it's about him. Y'all know I believe in orchestration. So
yeah. The thing is, The thing is with Duke though, they have a pretty solid team though.
They
without
do.
you know what I mean,
They
surrounding
do.
Cooper Flag, and
Yes,
if
they
you
do.
go in there and you think you just game planning, I'm sure they know by now. But if you game plan for Cooper Flag, you
You
on
in
your way
trouble.
home.
In trouble.
Yeah.
You're right. You're in big trouble, man. So let me see. So when do Duke play tomorrow?
Yeah, they play tomorrow. They play Baylor tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Did y'all see that score Duke put up?
What, on Mount St. Mary?
Yeah.
93-49.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they was up 40 at halftime, wasn't they?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
You want to hear the score of the women's UConn Arkansas State halftime?
What is it?
66-16.
Whoa.
It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Did they show up? Were they there before halftime? Were they there?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Look, even with UConn women, like besides like what kind of supporting cast do what's the girl did she have a good enough supporting cast?
Paige Beckers.
The girl Fudd, Ozzie Fudd, and Sarah Strong, and
Sarah Strong,
they legit.
Yeah,
they legit.
But because we didn't even talk about, you know what I mean, like the supporting cast that Paige Becker had, as far as like, getting them to the getting them all the way to the Final Four.
I think her supporting cast is only gonna get her but so far.
Yeah.
And then we love Paige. We love Paige Beckers. She doesn't give me that
Nope.
you know what I'm about to say.
Yep.
Yeah, she doesn't give me that, a great basketball player. I think
the thing about Paige that'll work to her benefit or she'll be able to overcome that because she at UConn though. You know what I mean? And UConn is I think their supporting cast, to me, I think is stronger than the supporting cast at USC. What do y'all think about that?
Of course, they're gonna bump USC, but my thing is so much, even though she got strong supporting cast, good coaching, Gino relies on her. And she gets small in big moments. I said that last year, boy, y'all like to crucify me. She gets small in big moments. I'm not blown away by that girl.
This season, I expected, don't get me wrong, she's having a great season, but I expected a lot more out of her. I just thought that, I thought she was going to come in with a crazy season. She playing all right. She cool.
She's playing all right. She's a good player, but I mean, she's old as shit. She the oldest one out there almost. She's supposed to be dominating these girls. Come on, man.
She should really be rapping.
I'm keeping it a buck. You know how it is when we young, when we older than the competition. We got an advantage.
Yeah.
Come on now. You see what Notre Dame did to UConn early in the year? Destroyed them.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, listen, she's a great player. Don't get me wrong. She got a great skill set. She can play basketball. But I'm not blown away with that girl.
Yeah, she not. No. I'm not blown away either. Like I said, she just don't have that. I don't know what it is. But when you're a basketball player, you know what that is.
Right.
She's just not giving me that.
Yes. And look, I'm gonna chalk it up. Maybe the severe knee injuries and the injuries she had. Maybe she's not. Maybe she lost something. Because I know she was highly touted coming out of high school and all that. She was highly touted. Maybe she lost something because of the injuries. I don't know.
I mean,
she be hooping.
Yeah, but
even to get back to the level that she is now, like you said, with those injuries, that's
it's to be commended.
Yeah.
I give her credit for that. Yeah.
Let me ask, I know this is a little bit off topic, but let me ask y'all this, right? Because ESPN came out with a survey, like the top 5 college women players of all time, right? And it was a big stink made about that because Caitlin Clark wasn't in there. So you had Breonna Stewart, you had what's the other young lady from UConn? Donna Taurasi. I think you had Maya Moore in there. You had Candace Parker, and you had Cheryl Miller, right?
So
Now, my argument for the reason I thought that maybe Caitlin Clark was penalized is because she didn't come from those powerhouse programs. You know what I mean? She was at Iowa, and what she did as far as like putting Iowa on her back and carrying them while she was there was, you know, was tremendous, right? It was amazing. But I was thinking that maybe that is why ESPN penalized her, because she didn't come from those powerhouse programs. What do y'all think about that?
You think she top 5 all time?
Oh, no. All right. So let me ask you like this: if you'd have took any one of those other young, all right, for instance, Cheryl Miller played with the McGee sisters. She also played. She had Cynthia Cooper on that team, and you know, those UConn teams was loaded, right? UConn teams was loaded. What other team? Tennessee was loaded with a whole bunch of talent. Caitlin Clark didn't have the talent, and their teams wasn't loaded like those other teams was loaded. So if you take Cheryl Miller and you put her on Iowa, do Cheryl Miller have the same kind of career at Iowa that Caitlin Clark had? Or you could take any of the other girls from those, like from UConn, Donna Taurasi. Do she go to Iowa and put together that same type of resume that Caitlin Clark put together at Iowa? So that I was looking at it from that perspective. You know what I mean? So it's easy to accomplish. I ain't gonna say it's easy, but you can, you accomplish great things when you come from that great program with all that great support. And so that, I'm thinking that they kind of penalized Caitlin Clark for that.
Yeah, I find it surprising with all the accolades and all the records broken by Caitlin that they wouldn't put her on that list.
Yeah.
But there's, I think there are some in the media that are, and this happened even before Caitlin came out into the draft. They were gatekeeping and didn't want to let her in long before, she came through and broke all the records her rookie season. So for whatever reason, there are gatekeepers in the media that are still just not gonna give her flowers yet.
Yeah, I can't say if she top 5 or not, because I haven't seen even Breonna Stewart and Dinah Taurasi and Maya Moore when they was in college. I haven't seen them really play
in college.
Yeah, I just know their names. I know their resume. I know what they've done. But I thought Sue Bird made a great point when she said, where's Shamika Holsclaw on this list? If we're saying it's about titles, because Shamika won 3. She was nowhere on the list. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to start talking about GOAT programs, then you can rank it like that. But to me, and this goes by my point I've always made, Mike, championships determine team. It doesn't tell me who the best player is. I don't give a shit if you're the best player on the championship team. I got to watch you play to diagnose whether or not I believe you're the greatest I've seen. Now, to your point, Mike, one thing I can say about Caitlin is she had no All-Americans playing with her at all.
No.
And went to 2 national championships.
That's
knocked
crazy.
off South Carolina, knocked off LSU the next year. No All-Americans.
That's
I know Breonna Stewart and them won 4. What they win 4 national championships?
They won 4.
Yeah, that's incredible. I give you that, right? She might have been the best player on that team, but what is she surrounded by? When you're surrounded by great talent, it can make you have an easier path to statistics and everything else. But when you play with Caitlin, this girl giving them other average girls wide open shots. All you got to do is build your confidence and knock down the open look. She making you better, as opposed to the talent allowing you to flourish, especially being a point guard. And the girl won back-to-back Naismith Awards, Wooden Awards, all that stuff, the all-time leading scorer. So I can't say, but I do know that you can't knock that girl's greatness just because she ain't win no title.
And see, that's my point. That's my point. I was like, they held it against her because she she didn't go to those schools and she didn't play, you know, with that type of you know, she didn't have that type of backing behind her. But you know, that's just like the other young lady. What's the young lady? What's her name? She was supposed to go to UConn. She wound up going to Delaware. What's her name? What's her name?
Della Dawn.
Della Dawn. She went to Delaware, and look what, you know what I mean. And she at Delaware did not do what Caitlin Clark did at Iowa. You know what I mean. So
that's
just, you know what I mean. So what Della Dawn had a really great career at Delaware. She had a good career at Delaware, but she didn't do what that young lady did at Iowa. You know, so I'm like, whoa. And once I thought about Della Dawn, I was like, you know, and she was supposed to go to UConn. Didn't she go to UConn and then left? I think she went to UConn.
I don't remember where she went. I don't remember.
No, she was supposed to go to UConn. Didn't like being. She got homesick, something like that. She got homesick and left, and then wound up going to Delaware. And Delaware had some good years with her there, but they didn't have that type of Caitlin Clark what she did over there.
Now, I did see Cheryl Miller play, and I was a fan. And I will say, you put Cheryl Miller on that Iowa team, they might have got South Carolina last year.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking that.
Yeah, Cheryl Miller was,
that was the name. That was the name of the 5 that I thought, you could answer the question.
Well, but you could make. I mean, we could
I put Cheryl on that. Yes.
You could make that argument, like with any of those girls. You know
what
I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can. I just haven't seen enough of them in college. You can tell me though, but I don't have.
I mean, I like Donna Taurasi, and I used to dig the young. What's her name? Stewie when she was at UConn. But
Maya Moore was a dog.
She was looking at her highlights.
Was a dog.
I seen her highlights.
Watching her live and in action. Maya Moore was Maya Moore was a dog. Maya still, I can't think of nobody to compare her game to. Like Maya Moore is like in a league of her own, especially when she was at UConn. She was just like Maya Moore was a dog.
Well,
when I seen her highlights, Mikey, I compared her to Jordan. Man. She looked like Jordan to me.
She looked like as a freshman, she looked like she could play in WNBA as a freshman when she was there.
Maya Moore was tough on both ends of the floor, outside the 3-point line, inside the 3-point line, off the drill. It didn't matter. Maya Moore was crazy.
And I think Caitlin get knocked a little bit because it don't look athletic. It don't look as athletic as some of these other girls. But the way that girl see the court, that shit is ridiculous. I have to say, it's absolutely ridiculous the way she see the court, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I never thought about. So y'all think that because her game is not as flashy, then she get knocked? You know what I mean? She don't get the credit.
You know.
I mean,
what credit is it that she's not getting? What credit are we talking about? We talking about this top 5 thing? Like, what credit is it that she's not
just saying things of that nature. Things of that nature. That's all.
I feel like I was ready to say they don't do nothing but big up this young lady.
She beloved.
She
beloved.
We know she a great basketball. She's a good basketball player. We know that. I don't know what we wanted at the top of every list. Like
I'm just we were speaking in reference to this, like
right.
But
I don't know about top 5.
But I'm gonna say this, and this might not sit too well though, but I do believe that so like the one young lady that took her off the list saying I can't have on there, she ain't got no championship. I do believe it's a sentiment among some of the media to use the championship thing to keep her. To me, they don't want her to be the breakthrough, to raise the league. They want that to be a black face, I believe.
You think so?
Because so many black women then did so much for the league. I do believe they want it to be a black face. I do.
Yeah. But now I do think that using championships as a metric in this situation, I think is I think that's flawed because of the talent that she had surrounding her.
Yeah.
You know, and to be you just never seen nobody carry a team like, especially Iowa. That's just like playing like at Minnesota or Northeastern. You know what I mean? Like at one of those schools or Delaware even, and then to have a kind of career at that school is just
But I'll take it back. Like I'll say in the NBA they wanted to be a WNBA, but in college, like because they got Breonna Stewart, the #1 overall. So I'll just say on the next level. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting, man. But yeah.
And so, all right. So back, I think to change speeds again, right? Now, with this, Arkansas number 10 is going up against number 2 St. John's, and we know Rick Pitino, right? Rick Pitino been around for a minute. John Calipari been around for a minute.
Yeah.
These, they not bosom buddies, you know what I mean, at all. What do y'all think? I didn't even know St. John's was having this type of season to get them to find themselves in a position.
I didn't either.
I saw St. John's play. I saw him play somebody. They were decent.
Yeah.
I was impressed, I will say.
Well, coming from Rick Pitino, I'm not surprised, right?
Right.
Because you had Chris Mullins. Chris Mullins was at St. John's. He's alumni and couldn't do what, you know what I mean? That just go to show you, like, when you that dude, you can coach, you know what I mean? Like, this dude.
They ran him out. Didn't he get some allegations against him?
In Louisville, he had trouble in Louisville.
Yeah, and they ran him out.
Yeah, they ran him out. But his resume is so strong that
it's strong. Yeah,
his resume is so strong to be like, man, they're gonna take a flyer on this dude.
And check this out. Nowadays, dealing with the NIL and all that, so all them things that was illegal back in the day, they not anymore. Yeah. I'm damn sure going out and get them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. By any means necessary.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Him and Calipari, I want them both. Them boys got mob ties, man.
Yeah. I mean, the way that these two coaches move, like you said, before the NIL was came into play, they moved like it was already NIL.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yep. So they moved like, it was NIL from day one.
They've been throwing the bag at these players, boy. Or have people in their circle take it, man.
Yeah. So is it safe to say that these two, Calipari and Rick Pitino, they was before their time?
I mean,
they still pushing though. That's the good.
No, I mean,
I get what you're saying.
They were ahead of their time.
I get what you're saying.
They were ahead of their time.
Yeah.
I mean, ahead of their time because of the way that they,
like if they could do what they was doing, then now.
Yeah.
But see, I think a lot of coaches was doing it, right? Yeah. I just think those two were so brash and they had so much ego. They rubbed somebody the wrong way throughout the course of them doing what they do, because it was well connected, but then you get somebody wrong or you do somebody wrong, then all of a sudden the wolves come for you, or they start coming for you. Now the allegations popping up and all that. But before, everything is good. You paying the right people. You making sure everybody eat, But then when you get too cocky, somebody don't get their share, it's time to get them. So, but I think a lot of coaches was doing that stuff, man. I remember hearing stories when them Dunbar boys come back from recruiting trips, the shit they was being offered and shit. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yep. So, yeah. But I definitely would go get them two cats. That's for real. They got relationships.
Connections. Relationships and connections.
Yeah.
So, who y'all think gonna win this game though? St. John's or Arkansas?
St. John's.
Yeah, I didn't even have Arkansas in this game, period. So
yeah, me either. That's why Kansas let me down. Kansas let me down.
Kansas let me down months ago, so I abandoned them. I abandoned them months ago.
Kansas let me down, but I'm gonna get this one to St. John's.
St. John's.
St. John's might go a little further than we expect now.
Yeah, where have St. John's at?
Yeah, they at the bottom.
I'm trying to see them.
They're number 2 in the, what is that, the Midwest or the West?
I know they're number 2.
In the West,
Yeah.
They're number 2
in the West.
Right.
Mm.
So it's some good games coming on today.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I keep right now NC State is playing Vermont. That's the girls' game. I kept on was trying not to turn around too much. I got the game one behind me.
Okay.
Iowa game just
Yeah.
went off.
Iowa
Did
destroyed
Iowa
them.
win?
Yeah, they won. Yeah, they
Ooh.
won. I had them taking that first round, but I don't feel like going too much further.
Yeah.
Shit. Don't sleep on Iowa. Don't sleep on them Hawkeyes. Lucy, what's her name? Olsen. That
Yeah,
girl, hey,
yeah.
listen, that girl got a nice
Yeah, no,
mid-range game.
what's her name? Stokey?
Yeah, Stokey.
Yes.
Stokey,
She
yeah.
Yeah, I
be
like
letting me
Stokey.
down sometimes.
I like Stokey. I
But
like
she's a
Stokey.
nice girl. She be letting me down
She's a
sometimes.
nice
But
girl.
she
Oh,
is. She is a nice girl. But she
Nice.
be letting
You're
me
right.
down sometimes,
She's hot and
man.
cold sometimes. Yeah.
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 Yeah. She, but yeah, I had, so yeah, I shit. Let me see. No,
Man.
I ain't have St. John's getting past this round. I had Kansas going all the way to the next round.
Me
Yeah.
too. Me too.
Yeah, so I'm due. So yeah.
You
Yeah,
should
my
have. You should
men's
called
bracket.
me.
Yeah, my men's bracket. Next
Listen
time
to
we need to
Jim.
do a
Hold up, Jim.
live
It
look at
ain't
the
over,
brackets.
Jim. It's
Yeah.
not over, Jim.
We gotta
Super
fill
Bowl
the brackets out
weekend.
together
Hey,
next time.
I'm like a marathon runner. I'm just pacing.
Yeah.
You know, the
Hey,
cream make its way to the top now.
I think that's a good idea though. Like for us to get together next year and just fill out our brackets at the same
Yeah,
time,
man.
because we can I mean that's content in itself. We could be going back and forth about why you think this team is going
Yeah,
to get past that team, and
yeah,
or what do you know about this team or that team. I think that's good content in and of itself. So I definitely
Heck
want to do
yeah.
that.
Well, you guys got another win. Purdue just won.
Oh
Who
yeah,
they? Oh yeah, yeah. I did have them on the men's side, right?
Yeah, they just beat that team.
High Point.
They just beat Gem Team McNeese.
State.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, they just beat Oh, they did. Oh,
Yeah,
all right, good. Then all right, now my
yeah.
bracket is starting to look like something.
yeah.
They just. How far did you have McNeese going, Jim?
right up until they fall to Purdue.
I
Yeah,
got you. I
Okay,
got you.
well, you right on
yeah,
schedule.
One more point for the boy.
Yeah, I see.
yeah.
Jim,
Hey,
man.
man. So,
Yeah. Mike, you doing pretty good too, though.
who me?
Yeah, not you, Mikey, on the men's. Not
Oh,
you.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
Talking
no,
about
no, no.
Now, I accuse Mikey of playing two pools, but that's you.
I'm
well,
in the men and the women.
I know. I thought Mike put two pools in, but that's you.
Oh,
I stand corrected.
oh, okay, okay. I see what you're saying. All
I
right.
think I did though, because I used like
Oh, you did?
it's two different what links, and I went into
Oh,
both
okay.
the link for the men's and the link for the women's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
that's me. I think that's what we all did.
I
Oh,
got a pool in the whole CBS thing because I didn't understand. So I
yeah.
got one in that, and then I figured it out how to join you guys thing.
So that's
Okay.
why,
great.
yeah. I don't know. I might have did something wrong. I don't know, but
Mhm.
Next year we can put some money on it. I feel confident about my women's bracket. I want to put some
Oh,
money
I'm
on it.
yeah,
sure. I'm sure.
Trust
Yeah.
me.
yeah,
This
Yeah,
time
but
of
I
year,
didn't
man.
like the Dawn Staley. I really didn't. I mean, I understand she used it for motivation, but I mean, you're a number one seed. I didn't like USC coach complaining.
hmm
What's
So
her name, Mikey?
I don't know her name. I know you're talking about that. I can never think of her name.
She
She was
come
complaining
out
about the seed that they
complaining.
got too. That she didn't want them.
Yeah, she was complaining big time. You would
well,
think you would want to see that matchup in the Final Four. You know, I'm like, baby, you got to win your first game first. You already talking about you and UConn.
Right.
You know,
mhm,
I mean, I believe they're gonna be there, but I mean, all that complaining, man.
yeah,
You know, yeah, yeah,
Everybody spoiled. Everybody getting their way. So
yeah,
that's all it is.
yeah. But
But Dawn Staley
UCLA,
has been she been taking a lot of, well, I ain't gonna say a lot, but just some little shots here and there. Like I done seen a couple of different commercials. They got
mhm,
South Carolina has a Under Armour commercial where they
hmm
kind of just like quoting the things people saying. And then at the end, it's her and the girls, and they kind of just standing there, with their arms folded, like, we got everything under control. I seen that. I saw
cool.
after Kentucky, after they played Kentucky, their coach was like, "How do you beat 10 All-Americans? How do you play 10 All-Americans?" And then she made a video that was like, "Ba da ba ba ba." I'm loving it. So she trolling right now. She trolling.
Yeah.
But look, Gino up in UConn, I think he used to get the same complaints.
Yeah.
Especially when they was, they popped out on the scene and they was going up against Tennessee and started beating Tennessee and getting those recruits that Tennessee was used to getting. So Gino, he took the same kind of flack. But
he turned me off this year.
Well,
I don't like him. I don't like his demeanor or nothing. He throwing Paige under the bus every chance he get, and I don't like him.
I've never been a Gino Auriemma fan, and that's because I don't feel like men should be able to coach women's basketball anyway, because women, you don't find women coaching men's basketball, and I think it's a double standard. So I always been a Pat Summitt fan instead of a Gino Auriemma fan. I never, been a.
I can feel that. But that guy, he turned me off, man.
I don't like for coaches to do that either. Throw your players under the bus.
Yeah.
Like, why? What's your? You're supposed to be a buffer between these kids and the media. Especially at the college level. When they get to the professionals and some money on the line, that's different. But when you got even though Paige 29 years old, you still need to put,
Yes, you still got to be a buffer for it.
Yeah, you gotta be that buffer for Paige, man.
You're right.
I don't like that.
Gino acts like he's a professional coach.
He think he's Bill Belichick.
Yeah, Yeah, he's always awkward with the media. So that's the thing that turns me off about him too.
Yeah. And then when your program.
Go ahead, Clay.
And when your program has had so much success, do you really get the chance to complain about your seeding any year?
Right.
Let that go. Yeah,
man, just play basketball. I don't know what we looking for, because ain't nobody gonna remember what seed you were when you lost. Just play ball. Make a statement on the court. Don't worry about the number next to your name.
Yeah,
I think less is more too when you make those statements, because Gino made some statements last year about Caitlin Clark, and he had to eat those statements. He said he don't think she's gonna be successful. She's gonna be good at that level, and he said some stuff that he had to really he had to walk those statements back.
I like how Juju carry it though. I mean, Juju is even keel. She don't get too high or get low. She's always even keel. I know she's not the coach of USC, but she's the main face for that program.
Right.
And I don't think she cares one way or the other, where they are, who they playing. She just gonna play. You know what I mean? And I like that attitude.
But Clayton, that she takes flack for that too, though.
Well,
they say she's not passionate enough.
Well, I don't know if she takes. Well, I know I said that's one of the reasons why she might not have the fanfare as like a Caitlin or somebody. Not that it was a discredit to her.
No, but I mean, other people have come out and said that they want their leaders to be more fiery and more passionate than what Juju.
That's ridiculous, though. Because
was Caitlin Clark fiery though?
Yeah.
On the
court,
though. On the court.
Okay.
On the court. Yeah. She's very animated, and very, let's go, doing this to the crowd. Hannah Hudago is like that. That's why she has such a draw and a vortex to her, because she's putting out a lot of energy. That make your light shine brighter.
Yeah, she's showing emotion. Like,
and that brings people into you. But I love that about you too. Huh?
I think Caitlin Clark was more animated and more dramatic too. I think up until the time when her and Angel Reese, when they did, because Caitlin Clark was doing like the hand, you know what I mean, like that before they reached that game.
Okay, right. Okay.
Once Angel Reese did that to her, and then Caitlin Clark you know, and the media came out and they was like, well, this neither one of y'all should really be doing people like that. I think Caitlin Clark kind of changed and drew back a little bit.
So the story behind Caitlin doing the "you can't see me" was she was doing that to someone on her own team, right?
She was doing it to Georgia Amora, the girl who just went from Virginia Tech to Kentucky. She did it to her, and 2 years ago when they played in the, I don't know if it was Sweet 16, it was one of them games, and Caitlin sent them home, and she did that in the girl face and Georgia Amora face.
Oh, okay, because the Sophie,
not Amora. I'm sorry, it was Van Leith. I lied. It was Van Leith because Van Leith went to LSU the next year, and that's when Angel did it in Caitlin's face. It was Van Leith. It was Van Leith.
And the story that was getting put out, and I don't know how much of this was spin, was that no, Caitlin wasn't doing that to someone on the other team, right? But that's the way it looked based on the way she was facing and the situation, and like. So someone said, no, she was actually doing it to her strength coach, the team strength coach, or something like that. Yeah. And so that I don't know how much of that is spin and narrative, but you're right. I mean, it's whether she was doing it to the other player or doing it and it was mistakenly attributed to doing it to the other player, she probably learned something to say, okay, I got to dial it back and not like I'm showing up the other people.
Timing is crazy because in the clip, she and the girl face like they went past each other. You know,
well, and that was not the only time that I've seen her do that though before the LSU game. So that wasn't the, know, So either way, she dialed it back, but still, you know what I mean?
See, I don't think she dialed it back. I think she just started doing something different. Me personally, you know, I seen her on the ground one time. The girl from that played for Dallas now. She was in college with her. She banged her in her chest like, get off me. She's very fiery and she talk a lot of shit out there. She really is. So I don't know. Maybe she not doing this no more, but I know she's still out that motherfucker chirping. I'm trying to tell you.
I believe that either. And I think you're gonna have that, you know what I mean? You know, these kids competing back and forth with each other. I don't have an issue with that as long as you can back it up.
To your point, I mean, I think how old is Juju?
She's a sophomore. 19 to 20.
So let's see how the next couple years go and see if she develops into something a little more demonstrative.
But I don't think she will. I think this is who she. I don't think this. See what I'm saying? Like to me, that's just her nature. Like she's an introvert in a sense. Even when you listen to her talk, she's an introvert, and that works for her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you one powerful thing about being an introvert. You preserve all your life force. And when you do that, you can focus like you wouldn't believe. You're not fragmented. So I don't know if she's going to turn into that, and I don't believe she needs to turn into that.
Not averaging 25.
No, that's just
ain't no need to be fiery.
Right. She's just going to be one of those players that, she shows emotion at times.
Yeah, I was right to say. I think she showed just the right amount of emotion. I don't know, if they want her screaming in people's face or what. Juju go hard.
That's not who she is. Juju,
she play her game.
She's smooth. She's smooth with it. She's smooth. That's her. So I don't think she needs to be.
And to your point, that's why I think that That's another reason why I don't think it's necessary to be like a showboat type ball player, because it do fragment your energy and it draws your focus away from like the game, and I always give credit to like Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders will break like 7 or 8 tackles. Like, so once you break 7 or 8 tackles, like what can you do in the end zone that's going to top what you did to get there?
What you just did to get there.
So, he just hand the ball over to the ref and that's it. Go sit down. And so that's all you can do.
Now, Mike, sometimes when you do shit and it energizes the crowd, that crowd's energy feeds back into you. And that takes you to another level.
But
sometimes.
you just broke. Barry Sanders just broke 6, 7, 8 tackles. That's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody gonna lose their mind anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's true.
Yeah, you're
That's
not
true.
gonna be. Ain't nothing you can do in the end zone that's gonna energize the crowd after you done just broke all those tackles, ran for 60, 70 yards. It's not
Mm-hmm.
necessary. It's
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
That's how they teach him how to do it down here in Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barry's a good Kansas kid.
Okay.
Do y'all
Okay.
think Juju is gonna get one before she leave college? Do y'all think she gonna get a championship before she get
You
out of
think
here?
so?
I'd bet I'd take that bet that she does.
Yeah, I would take the bet. Yeah.
I think Juju, in my opinion, is in the same kind of boat that Caitlyn was in because it's the talent that surrounds her. I don't doubt neither one of their talent. You know what I mean? But like, what is surrounding them? Like, what else can you get them to help propel them to that? Because they're going up against these programs, UConn,
Yeah, great
LSU.
teams.
You know,
But
like they're gonna. It's gonna be tough.
but the
Let me talk
transfer
5-on-1.
the transfer portal though is balancing the playing field. It's a lot more parity in the league, so I have to wait and see because everybody's not necessarily running the UConn and them anymore like they used
Right,
to. Some people are
the big name
transferring out.
schools.
Yeah,
Well,
I think only thing that's going to knock Juju from getting one is her coach. I really think her coach has the ability and the potential to fumble the bag.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I just think that
Yes.
South Carolina, you know, like if South Carolina could just run people at her, UConn can run people at her.
Yeah.
You know, like all those tennis, you know, all those teams that have those traditional powerhouse type, they could run people at her,
Mhm.
you know, and so I mean, and she in the same boat basically as Caitlin Clark. You know what I mean? You run people at Caitlin Clark for those 2 years. Now, don't get me wrong, Caitlin got him to the 2 years. She got him there, you know, but
But I think USC got a better supporting cast around Juju than Caitlin had.
you
I
might
think
be
this
right.
girl Kiki is all American potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and not to really put down the young ladies that was with Caitlin Clark at
I'm not
high.
putting them down.
No, I'm talking
I'm
about
just
me. I'm
saying
not,
that.
you know what
Oh,
I
okay.
mean?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not trying to say that they was, you know, that they was cashiers that she had playing with them.
Right,
You know,
right.
they could ball too, but you got a
Yeah,
team full of 5 stars, you know. So
yeah,
it's uphill battle, definitely.
yeah.
USC, they already, well, I think it was South Carolina that already said that they have put USC on the schedule twice next year. So they're gonna
Next
play them
year.
during the regular season twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a good matchup. That to
Won't be
show them
good.
that, you know, that Fawali and Juju, this both of their junior years
Oh yeah,
next year.
Mm-hmm.
So
What happened with Watkins?
she's
you
still
know, she
out.
tore her ACL. Yeah, she tore her ACL.
Oh,
She
okay.
out for the rest of the season. So
Yes,
I'm sure she's gonna return. I think this was her senior season,
This
if
was
I'm
our
not
it
senior
was.
mistaken.
year.
I think it was, if
No,
I'm
I
not
don't think
That's
so,
it.
It's the
Mike.
junior year. All right, I'm gonna look it up. You might be
Yeah,
right.
I think she got at least one more year coming back. Watkins.
All right, let me see. Let me
Yeah,
do
I
some
think she got at
research
least
real
one
quick.
more year coming back.
NC State, they keeping it too close for me. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, NC State got a good team too, though. I think
Yeah, they
they
playing
gonna
right now.
they're gonna
Score
upset some people.
24-27. That's why I said the score too close for me right now
She
with them.
she a junior, Mike.
Oh, she
Yeah,
is. All right. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's what I
thought
was
she
trying
had
to
at
see.
least one more year
yeah,
coming
she a
back.
junior. She a
Yeah,
junior.
and with
Listen,
these new rules,
and
I gave to play till she 28, 29.
Yeah, she'll
listen,
be
Mike,
another one.
and I
Damn near
know
30 hooping in college. No, I'm just
Yeah,
Dawn
saying.
got another. She got another crazy freshman coming in. Whew,
For real.
a young lady
yeah.
that's dunking.
But
Yeah,
who
yeah,
got
But
she's
this?
coming in.
Who
Dawn.
got this? Who got this girl? Chavez. Who got her? She committed anywhere yet?
I don't know. I don't think that's
I
the
think she's
girl's
gonna stay with
name.
Texas. Texas got a good program. I wouldn't be surprised
Texas
if she
did.
just stayed with Texas.
I
Mhm.
like Madison Booker.
Madison Booker, yes,
Tough.
yes,
I like her. I
yeah,
like
yep,
her. She's to her and the point
yep,
guard
yeah,
Harmon.
yeah.
The point
yeah.
guard, yeah, which is actually she stepped up for that girl last year because she got hurt
Mm-hmm.
hmm
for the point
Okay.
guard. Madison Booker did, but I like
Didn't
them two
Madison
together.
Booker win Player of the Year or something?
Is she player of the year this year?
Is she defensive player of the year for her conference?
It's
I don't
something.
think they she might be a no, I don't think she's a candidate. I don't even know. I don't think they announced player of the year yet.
I mean, for a conference.
Oh, I think she might have been. I think you might be right. What they in the SEC?
Yeah, yeah.
She played of the year for the SEC.
SEC
That sounds
player of the
about
year.
right.
SEC
Yeah, that
player
sounds
of the
about
year.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a problem last year, and she is even more. But she hard to defend. She a big girl, tall, lanky, got a shot, got a dribble.
Yeah.
She hard to defend. That's
In Texas,
she was the reason they beat South Carolina when they
she
beat
was the reason. Texas play good defense. Yes, they
Texas.
do.
Does play good defense.
Yeah.
Texas
They play
does.
good.
They
Yeah.
do.
So.
But again, another great player who we gotta think about the supporting cast with Texas. Madison Booker, great ball player. Supporting cast, mediocre, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, supporting cast right now, the one with the strongest supporting cast is Notre Dame. That's the one where they got a lot of pieces to the puzzle that actively, consistently show up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina got a lot of players that can play, but Notre Dame has a lot of players that show up to play.
Let's show up. Yeah. This girl ain't committed yet.
Oh, she ain't commit yet.
No, she taking a visit to Oklahoma today. So yeah.
Okay.
I want to see where she go.
And where is she from?
I think she's from Texas.
She's from Texas. Okay.
Yeah.
Is she a senior in high school right now?
Yeah. She's the #1 recruit in the country right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this girl bad. You gotta check the highlights on her, Mike.
What's her name, Clayton?
Aaliyah Chavez.
Oh, okay, Aaliyah Chavez.
Yeah. Yep. This girl is ridiculous.
Kind of off topic, but did y'all catch any of those unrivaled games or that?
I caught a couple. I caught a couple of them.
I was planning on catching the championship this week, and I whiffed on it.
Yeah.
I don't have TNT.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't. Early in the season, I was watching it, but I just got so busy.
I didn't realize that they were every game was played down there in Miami.
Yeah, yep. And so they were all housed down there. Like they were down there. They could bring their families, and they kept them like all on the campus, and all of the games were down there. Yeah.
Is that IMG where they at?
I'm not sure. That's a good question. Well, no, IMG is in Sarasota.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, and they were in Miami. IMG is in Sarasota, Florida.
Okay. What did you think about it?
I thought it was good. I was tuned in pretty much most of the games. The one-on-one part that would, expose some people who showed some talent. It made you stop sleeping on some people who you were sleeping on, and it made you think twice about some of your favorites.
That girl Edwards surprised me when she went up against Fee. Yeah,
man, I knew Aaliyah Edwards was going crazy at the Mystics, but because she with the Mystics, who's really paying the Mystic, but she was going nuts up there. She been a problem.
She did real well in that one-on-one.
Right now, my favorite player, hands down from that league, is Chelsea Gray. Chelsea Gray. Oh my God, she was a monster. That whole league, like. I was watching one game and they were saying how for the season she had shot like 18 for 32 from the 3-point line. And it was like after they read that stat, after the reporter read that stat, she hit like 6 threes in a row. Like just kept coming down. She wasn't even trying to pass or look to pass. She was just crossing half court, throwing it up, shooting it. Like and it was just falling. Man, she was that her team won. The Rose ended up winning. I thought that the Feast Collier team was going to win because they went undefeated until they played Angel Reese and Chelsea Gray team. And then they ended up losing in the finals to Ryan Howard's team. But great basketball, man. Listen, 3-on-3 full court is crazy.
I want to know what Feast said to Angel walking off the court. I want to know what she said.
Oh man.
I want to know what she said. I do.
I know what Angel said.
What?
Angel said, I model my game after him.
Oh my goodness.
After
That's
MJ.
yeah, that's what Angel said. She modeled her
Oh
game
my
after Michael
goodness.
Jordan.
God bless her.
Yeah. I was
That's all
like,
I
I
can
don't
say.
know.
God bless Angel.
I mean, I model my game after him too, but
yeah, shoot, everybody.
Oh my goodness. Come on
Yep.
now.
So
I ain't
yeah,
even we
man.
gonna
I'm probably gonna tune into some of these games probably a little bit later on.
yeah. I gotta take a nap. My brother taking me out. I ain't been out after 7, 8 o'clock in so long. I'm only doing it for him, you know.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now he wants to spend a little time with little bro. So you know he going through something. So
Some
everything
quality
come back
time,
full circle when you go through something, right? So I gotta take a nap so I can get through this, man. I think we're going to Keystone Corner. Y'all heard of that spot?
Man, Keystone is really, really dope. I've been there before. Yes.
I never
Yeah,
been
Don't they
it's like
play
a
live
jazz spot.
music?
Yeah, man. I
Yeah,
went down there to
yeah,
listen to a brother and sister quartet.
yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was real dope. I like Keystone. Yeah, live
yeah,
music spot. Yep,
yeah.
downtown. Ah,
He
that's
think
cool, man.
he think he's slick though. He walking me into something.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
See, I caught on. I said, man, what you walking me into? He said, no, it ain't like that. I said, what you walking me into? Nah, she got a friend gonna be there. I said, there you go. Got me hanging out with McGilla Gorilla. You think you slick?
You taking one for the team tonight, player.
Yeah.
Hey,
just be ready for Wanda.
hey, listen. I already know. You know that's why I'm tuned into the live music.
Yeah, Keystone is cool.
Yeah, so
You
that's
enjoy
what's up,
yourself.
man.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah,
Well,
man. I
that
want
NC State game's looking really interesting, Mikey.
I know. It's on right here behind me, man. We down right now, 31-29.
Is
It's
this the
almost
women?
halftime. Yeah,
Yep.
it's the women's game. Yeah, man. I gotta pay. I like Sanaya Rivers, man. I like her. I
Yeah.
like her
Yeah.
game a
Yeah,
lot.
you was on them last time.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
I
they only
like
down two though, right?
yeah, and
It's
it's
still
it's
early.
still
They're
first
mine.
half. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a minute left in the second quarter, so
Yeah.
we'll see how
Okay.
second half go.
Who else playing right now?
Oh yeah, that UConn game over, right?
Yeah. 101-31.
That's
Woo.
A
ridiculous.
lot of
That's
them
stupid.
games look like that. Yesterday too.
Oh, I was wrong. There's 3 minutes left.
Oh, I was gonna say yeah, they still playing. UConn,
Yeah.
Alabama, and Green Bay is playing.
Alabama up.
Yeah,
9
Bama up
points.
52-43.
Yeah.
Yeah. West Virginia and Columbia. It's some USC play at 3 o'clock. That's the game I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
And who
About to
they got
start.
first round? Who they got in the first round?
UNC Greensboro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's gonna be on regular TV, ABC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that come on at what time you say 3?
At 3, yeah, we got about 12 minutes.
Oh,
So
Okay.
go ahead and wrap it up. With that
oh,
Yeah.
being
no doubt.
said,
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so look, far as I know, last time I checked, we was 4 subscribers away from 10,000. So anybody watching this podcast, man, just go ahead, like and subscribe, get us to that 10,000 threshold. We appreciate it. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for taking time out y'all data, also to to participate and tune into our conversation.
thanks for having me today. Thank
Yeah,
you
man.
guys for having me.
Girl,
I
please.
ain't want you to be watching and be like, man, he stole all my
Every week I'm watching. I'm watching every
yeah,
week talking trash to y'all.
yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
still
I'm always tuned in.
I'm still bewildered why you ain't on here every week. I still don't understand that to save my life.
Because this is just my time. Like college, holla at me at
I got
March.
it.
Call me
I got
March.
it. I got it. I got it.
Yeah, you
Makes
know.
sense.
And
Yeah,
maybe
it
even
makes sense.
maybe NBA finals, NBA playoffs too. But
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know about the rest of this stuff. You know what I'm trying to get into? I've been trying to watch lately hockey.
hockey. Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
gym
man. I've
sport.
been trying to
Yeah.
watch some
That's my
hockey lately.
game.
Hockey's cool, man. I've been trying to
yeah,
get into it. I watched a couple of games lately.
There are. It is a totally different game, but there are a lot of good parallels with basketball. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man, it's
yeah.
been cool. I like
I never
hockey. And
watched
I do know that their finals are always around the same time as
Yeah.
basketball finals. Because, I just remember going to bars and it'll be on hockey on one TV and NBA finals on another TV. But
Yeah.
I have been catching a couple of hockey games here lately. They be cool. trying to get into it.
They just show Calipari and Rick kissing each other in midcourt.
I bet when they leaned in, they were whispering in each other's ear, "Fuck you."
Exactly. Yeah. All right.
So, all right, man. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all. We'll talk tomorrow at 11 a.m. Everybody else, make sure also to tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. Talk about some more of these games, man. I don't expect no upsets really today as far as like the top teams. So.
On the men's side or the women's side?
Women's side.
Oh, all right. Because all right.
Very seldom do you get a lot of upsets in the women's.
Bracket. Yeah, no, right. Not the women's side, right? Yeah. I still have faith in my bracket.
Yeah. But I got one today, big one. Auburn going down. Creighton gonna get that ass.
I'm telling you, I believe it. I feel it in my
everybody's Final Four. Yes.
You know how people like my knees aching, it's gonna rain. I feel it in my bones. Auburn's going down.
Yeah,
Creighton gonna get them. Creighton gonna get them.
Going for that. Bruce Pearl ain't going for that.
All right, I hear.
That'd be a headline. First round, Auburn knocked out. First round, the number 1 knocked out.
Sure, a headline. They could be waking people up.
Telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
All right, man. Hey.
Appreciate you. Good seeing you, Mike and Jim.
Yes.
All right, fellas.
Always a pleasure, sir. You ringer.
Yeah, I'll work on that contact for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I really appreciate that, bro. That'd be great, man. Thank you, man. All right. They might not like the content. I don't know, but it's a try. It's worth a try. Thank you. No. All right.
All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right. Peace out. Peace out.